Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. That is the Foo Fighters' Everlong. And you may not be aware with all the latest conversation about Dave Grohl and, of course, fathering a child outside the marriage, otherwise known as cheating. Dave Grohl has a baby on the way with someone, not his wife of 23 years and the 3 daughters. Now, that song, Everlong, was from basically the relationship he had with Louise Post from Veruca Salt here in Chicago. She's on that song, by the way. You can hear it in the breakdown. It's recorded over a telephone. She was in Chicago, and she did it called in L.A., and they recorded her voice through there. And that's that little breakdown where you hear that little that's the phone. That's her on the phone. So when they broke up, she was performing in Australia. She was a little wasted on stage and said Dave Grohl cheated on her with Winona Ryder. You may know her from Stranger Things, among other things, like Beetlejuice.
Many other things.
She's so awesome. And then she actually said later that it was a private relationship. It got a lot of publicity. I didn't mean for it to happen. We're friendly now afterwards. She was sorry she said that on stage.
Oh, boo. Whatever.
We're with you, Louise. It's fine.
Yeah, you're not in the wrong. Like, I get why you're like, I didn't want a bunch of people chiming in, but you're not the one wrong in the overall situation.
Yeah, you're not the victim. Or you are the victim.
You are the victim, yeah. Poor Dave Grohl.
Yeah, poor Dave Grohl called him out. So a little trivia there about Everlong, if you didn't know. So it's 7:56. We're 4 minutes away from your chance to go see The Offspring at the Metro. We'll give you that in a second. But first off, little local news came from Lake County. So there's a couple that had won $130,000. Bless you, Kenzie. $130,000 at a casino, and they got robbed leaving the casino. Sometimes you got to watch yourself. Because when you win money, there's people that are watching you in the casino.
Yeah, they're watching you do well. And they're usually mad.
And most casinos also will walk you to your car if you won that kind of money. But some people say, nah, we're good. This is an older couple. They won $130,000.
Maybe it was the casino that took it back.
We need that money back.
Yeah, no kidding.
So they were leaving, and they had a bag in their hand, which these guys that were stalking them thought had the $130,000 in it. They grabbed the bag, and then they ran. Neither of them were injured.
Okay.
But the bag was gone. And what was in the bag instead of the $130,000 was leftover steak and lobster they'd eaten for dinner at the casino.
Which probably cost that much. They probably spent all their winnings on it.
I think this is amazing.
They got their leftovers?
Because these guys thought they were getting $130,000. They ran probably around the corner, got in a car, drove away, opened the bag, and it's like, yeah, steak and lobster.
Half eaten?
Yeah. Now, would you eat it? If you were a thief and went like, well, it's steak and lobster, like you said, it probably costs a couple $100 for dinner.
Something for my efforts.
Yeah.
Do all that work for free.
The rub is you've got to have fresh melted butter for the lobster to be really good.
Well, now they got to go steal some butter. It's a whole thing, which is a bummer.
And I even like putting a little bit of butter on my steak after off the grill. I dump some butter on it.
Ooh.
It's a little secret there I give you.
A little secret to dump butter on it?
Well, you can marinate the steak in butter and let it cook, but a lot of it falls off. And I do that. I used to do that. But now I just kind of wait, melt the butter, and then pour it on a little bit afterwards.
Really in.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
To challenge my cholesterol to see if it can hold up.
Can I ask where the money was?
It was just in a different, they were carrying it in a different part of their body, not in a big bag.
To be smart. Instead of like a duffel with the money sign on it, like in a cartoon.
This was at Rivers Casino in Des Plaines, by the way, where this happened. And
I mean, how lucky do you think they felt twice that day? They get robbed, but like uninjured. And it's like these idiots just grabbed our leftovers. Now, I'd be bummed because a lot of times I stop myself from eating all my food. I keep it together because I'm just like daydreaming about the leftovers the next day. So I'd be like, oh my goodness, I should have just finished.
Yeah.
I spent all this time portioning out. And I'm very careful with my leftovers. If I'm going to eat half my meal, I literally eat half my meal. So I'll make sure there's a little broccoli, a little mashed potato left over. I just don't want a hunk of steak.
You're like when they give you the styrofoam thing, whatever, you're loading in all like the bread that's left over there.
Yeah, like I like to make sure that I have like a mini meal for lunch.
Yeah.
I don't want to just have a portion of something random left. So I sometimes like, even though I could have a little more potato, I'm going to go ahead and split that in half.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'd be devastated, but at least I could buy more with $130,000.
I understand that, but at the same time, it's kind of like we talked about yesterday, I think, of looking forward to going to Chick-fil-A and you forget it's Sunday and you can't get there. Mm-hmm. I guarantee those people were like, we're going to go home, relax, watch a show, and then why don't we eat the rest of that steak and lobster?
Hell yeah.
We can lay in the $130,000 we won, just lay in it naked, and then we can eat the steak and lobster. And it's not there. Little bit of a letdown. I'm saying a little bit of disappointment.
Could have been worse.
Could have been way worse.
$130,000.
And could have had injury because it was terrible when you're robbed. It's a very terrifying moment. So anyway, they've caught one of the guys, and there's an arrest issued for another guy out there they haven't
Could
caught
you
yet.
imagine going to jail because you stole
Steak
part
and
of a
lobster?
steak? That sucks.
I mean, if you go to the judge, yes, what are you in for? Leftovers. It's not what I was going for. I mean, was it good? Yep.
No.
Yep,
well,
really
the
good.
food wasn't even heated up at that point. It's like, this blows.
Medium rare and no extra butter. It's sad.
hard to heat up steak right, too, because then it's like well done.
Very difficult.
So, like, all I had is a rubbery steak, part of one.
Yeah.
I mean, for 10 years?
Doesn't say what they're getting yet. They haven't gone to court, but we will keep you posted. It is 8 o'clock.
You can do it! Now is your chance to win passes to the Q101 pop-up with The Offspring at the Metro in Chicago. Message and data rates apply. Please don't text and drive.
Q101.
Well, it is 36 hours away, roughly, for the Offspring at the Metro. From our great friends, Wintrust Community Bank. They help us put on so many free shows for you. And this will be historic at the Metro because the Offspring will be playing for 50,000 people the next night at Riot Fest, playing Smash in its entirety. But this is a show just for you. It's VIP. And you will be there if you text the keyword CHANCE, CHANCE, to 312-591-8300. You got a chance at it, actually. So 312-591-8300. Text CHANCE right now. You've got till 8:59. So the whole hour. I know traffic is brutal out there and maybe you're a little stressed. So you can wait a few minutes till you get to where you got to get to. If you have to text one, and it's not a race, just one time, and you are in. So text CHANCE to 312-591-8300 right now for your chance to see the Offspring tomorrow night with Q101 at the Metro.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. If you just joined us, coming up here in about 4 minutes, we're going to play All-American Rejects. After that, I'll give you the keyword again to go see the Offspring at the Metro tomorrow night to make sure you're all in or at least have the best chance to win. And, of course, Riot Fest. Technically, it starts tonight because you've got the St. Vincent pop-up at the Metro tonight and Sum 41. Is it Concord Hall, Case?
Yeah, Concord Music Hall. Their final club show in Chicago is tonight.
It feels like we announced the demise of that band 17 years ago. But they're doing this basically a couple-year-long tour to end it all. And, of course, they're performing at 6:05 on the Cabaret Metro stage at Riot Fest on Friday, which Friday at Riot Fest, what a barrage and also stress into making sure you can see exactly what you want. And, you know, some of the earlier shows in that day, like Drug Church is a band at 4 o'clock that I want to see that Case turned me on to a few years ago. The Defiant, our great friend from Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Dickie Barrett.
Dickie Barrett's band is playing at 2 on the NoFX World stage. But then it goes on. Let's just get to like Suicidal Tendencies at 4:45 that leads right into Newfound Glory, that leads into Sum 41, that leads into Cypress Hill, that leads into The Offspring, that leads into Public Enemy, that leads into NoFX's final performance, at least the first one of 3, and then Fall Out Boy.
Sound like Howard Dean.
I have a little bit of a headache.
I can't wait to Monday reveal my steps from Friday only.
Should we try to outstep each other? Because Friday's the heaviest day there is. I want to see every band playing Friday. I know I'm not going to be able to. Like, there's a gap in the afternoon where it's Hot Mulligan, Face to Face, and Drug Church all at the same time.
Yeah.
I love all 3 of those bands. I know I'm not going to be able to see all 3 of those bands, but we should probably everybody listening that will be at Riot Fest on Friday, keep track of our step count for Friday Riot Fest so we can talk about it on Monday.
And it's
Well,
not.
it's called portion control. So you go to little parts of each show. That's what you have to do to see all of them.
I don't have that.
You have to do it.
But the race is to have the least steps or the most?
Most. Why would I want the least?
Because if you could see the most by walking the least, that would be pretty awesome.
That's so you. That's so perfect.
Like, I want to take.
Brian's just gonna be in front of the funnel cake. He's like, I can hear everybody. I can hear them from here.
I'll be just turning around like a sprinkler.
Brian's
Sit on
bringing
the
a golf
Ferris
cart.
wheel the entire time
Oh.
just to see all the different stages.
If I could steal a golf cart for Riot Fest and I want like 6 steps on Monday. And I said I saw everybody. That's what I want. And of course, you know, Saturday's show with Taking Back Sunday and Beck and Pavement, and Sunday where you've got Sublime, the renewal, if you will, of Sublime with the son of Bradley Knoll, Jacob Knoll, performing live with his dad's band. Rob Zombie, You've got Lamb of God. You've got Something Corporate. You've got Slayer, of course. That was the first band announced in the whole thing. So it is so action-packed and going to be so fun as usual. If you haven't gotten a ticket, to my knowledge, there are some tickets available for single days and even the 3-day.
For the festival, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can still get in.
Yeah, you can still get in. So Q101.com has all the information. Go do it. And today at 10, they're revealing. In fact, I think they already kind of released it. Riot Fest always says we're going to do this tomorrow at 10. And then they put everything out at Riot Mike can't contain himself.
It's one or the other, right? So Riot Fest will be like, hey, just a heads up, we're going to make an announcement at 10 a.m. Wednesday. And sometimes that means 8 p.m. Tuesday. Sometimes that means 4:30 p.m. Thursday. You never really know with them. They keep us on our toes.
You can't trust him with Instagram because he just goes, well, why not do it now then?
Yeah.
He's like eating Cheerios at 10 at night. Why not just put it out now?
His social media manager just has to be exhausted. That's not how it works.
Mike, don't do it. He's like, I already did. Okay, the pictures are already up of Riot Land. It's going to be exquisite. It's going to be an incredible experience in Douglas Park. So join us out there for the fun. And I'll tell you what, after All American Rejects, we'll give you that keyword again to go see Offspring tomorrow night. Part of the Riot Fest Week extravaganza, pop up with Offspring at the Metro tomorrow night. The only way in is to wait 3 minutes, hear that word, and text it. It's Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 with Blink 182. I will remind you, coming up in 10 minutes, we'll have the keyword for a chance to get to the When We Were Young Festival in Las Vegas. A full trip. You got Mike Chem, you got Fall Out Boy. So that's coming up in about 10 minutes here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Now time for Head to Headlines, where we give you the funniest headlines of the week. Trust me, myself, Kenzie, and Case just start digging through everything we can find on the internet to find the funniest headline of the week, and we give you 2 of them. And then you choose, based on the headline alone, what story you want to hear more about. We will never talk about the other story again, which in this case is tragic because both are A-level elite headlines.
Oh.
I know. But you got to choose. And you choose at 312-591-8300. You just text headline number 1 or headline number 2. Let's get to it. Headline number 1 is... Gas station worker accused of beating customer with bat for taking too much nacho cheese.
Period.
Yeah.
Quality control is...
I'm willing to hear both sides on this one.
Me too. Because I bet he showed up with a bucket and he's going to save it for later.
His cheese trough.
Yeah, I don't buy it. He was selling nachos outside.
Yeah.
There's something else.
You see? There's a lot to think about here on this story. Maybe you want to hear both sides of this story. Now, headline number 2, equally funny. Pensacola man accused of shooting man in buttocks, chasing man with screwdriver at Waffle House.
Same guy did both?
Same guy did both.
Got it. I just wanted to know.
Yeah, I don't want to give any more information on this one, but you were clarifying the headline, so I wanted to make sure you knew.
Got it. Got it. I'm up to date.
So just to hear it again, Pensacola man accused of shooting man in buttocks, chasing man with screwdriver. I thought the shot would have been enough.
Well, I feel like a shot to the ass and then a foot race isn't fair.
That's right. And it all happened at a Waffle House, probably a week after the CEO passed away. Remember we talked about that?
He would never allowed this on his watch.
No. So, and then just to remind you, headline number 1, gas station worker accused of beating customer with bat for taking too much nacho cheese.
I know that guy did something wrong. I'm not buying it.
Headline 1 or headline 2, you text in 312-591-8300, and right after Blur, we'll break down whatever you want. You decide the show, you decide the content, and we will give you that keyword for the When We Were Young Festival, a chance to win a full, awesome trip to Vegas for that. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101 with Head to Headlines.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, the When We Were Young Festival. We'll give you that keyword after we do Head to Headlines here, where you choose the content. I've never seen so many texts in 2 minutes before in choosing a headline to break down.
God, that song is short. Yeah. Holy crap, they could have thrown another verse on that bad boy. No?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I think it is the shortest song we play.
Good heavens, not a good flanker for what we're doing.
It's 2 minutes and 4 seconds. However,
I know which one's shorter.
All I Want from The Offspring.
Oh, no, I was thinking Fell in Love with a Girl, White Stripes.
How long is that?
That was like 90 seconds.
That's like 90. All I Want from Offspring is about 94 seconds, I think. And Your Boy's Military Gun is only a minute and a half.
Yeah. All right.
The Taco Bell song.
That's the Q101 library. Back to headlines.
No, I'm sweating. Give me another one. What else you guys got?
All right, here we go. So,
Wait.
2 of the funniest headlines of the week. And we'll give you the results in a second here of which one you choose for us to break down. Headline number 1. Gas station worker accused of beating customer with bat for taking too much nacho cheese.
I love somebody who takes it serious.
This guy likes his job. I mean,
Commitment.
a lot of people don't love their job anymore. This guy loves his job.
That tells me he doesn't cheat. You know, like he's just committed. He's all in when he does something.
Well, that's
it.
That's one take.
I support him.
And then headline number 2 was Pensacola man accused of shooting man in buttocks, chasing man with screwdriver at Waffle House.
And I wanted to clarify, same guy doing both things to one person.
Very accurate.
Yes.
I don't want to answer questions, but, sadly, Kenzie, you asked that question. We are not going to find out how that played out at the
No
Waffle
way.
House because barely a victory with, several hundred texts in 2 minutes.
I know. My fingers are going to fall off.
The gas station worker accused of beating customer with bat for taking too much nacho cheese is our story of the day in head-to-head line. So here we go. And I will tell you this. Please wait till the end of the story. There is a kicker on what happened to the guy who beat the guy with the bat for the too much nacho cheese, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So this happened in Vegas, where we're sending you to the Where We're Young Festival. So avoid this gas station when you get there, or at least take an appropriate amount of nacho cheese when you go.
Now you know. Mind your P's and Q's.
That's right. So here's the story. A gas station worker is accused of beating a customer with a baseball bat over taking too much nacho cheese, according to an arrest report. This is the name of the guy. Myron Boley. That's his name.
Myron Bully?
The guy that beat the guy with the bat.
That's appropriate.
Yeah, it is. He's charged with attempted murder and assault after police responded.
Oh, what an exaggerator. You get hit with one bat, now it's murder. Come on.
What are you on, Diddy's defense team? Good Lord.
Whoa. Okay, so I just want to make clear the name of the gas station is Arco gas station. We'll find out later in the story if they give the exact streets to avoid.
Should be called narco. Is like, come on, snitch.
So police responded to an Arco gas station in Vegas and found a man lying in the grass, bleeding from the head, nose, and ears. Mm-hmm. Police said the man could not tell officers what happened to him, and he was taken to the hospital. Police asked Boley, who was working right there at the gas station, what happened, and told police the victim was, quote, talking crap. Mm-hmm. And he told him to leave the store. This guy told the whole story. The bat beater.
He really shouldn't have, because the other guy couldn't remember it.
He could have said he got hit by a car.
He could have said anything.
Anything.
That didn't involve it.
That's such a good point.
I mean, this is a dream circumstance for a crime. This is a paint your own picture.
I mean, I know there's going to be camera pulled later and all that, but if he really gave him nowhere to go.
He deleted the footage and be like, I don't know, guess the camera's not working.
Oh, my boss is never giving us new cameras.
I guess he didn't do that either, huh?
Yeah.
He just left the camera. Got it. Perfect.
Big mistake from Mr. Boley, but maybe he was also proud of defending.
He's an honest bully.
Well, proud of defending his business. Mm-hmm. Boley then took the police inside the gas station.
For a play-by-play?
Well,
Good Lord.
He showed the officers a cheese machine that the victim broke and then explained that the victim wasn't trying to steal but was upset and was getting too much cheese from the nacho cheese machine, the victim was. Mm-hmm. So he was getting too much cheese, which, by the way, those machines, I got to get one in my house someday.
A nacho cheese machine?
I mean, I'd be dead in 3 weeks. I mean, but it's like, can you imagine
Can't you just heat up some cheese?
No, I can't. But if there's a machine ready to just to distribute it on anything I want, anytime, easily.
Oh, gosh.
Come on, Kenzie.
I just want to keep track, for those that are maybe new here, Brian is a grown man with a 2-year-old child, and his dream purchases are 1, an Escalade, 2, a nacho cheese machine.
3, he wants the sauce machine.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Just get my Christmas list ready. You guys got it. Okay, so then Boley, the guy that beat the guy with the bat, the guy that works at the gas station, he told the victim to leave the store and not break things. But the victim, quote, insisted on getting nachos. So he pushed him out of the store, the report said, and Boley told police he had a baseball bat and hit the victim. Again, shouldn't have said all this. Shouldn't have gave all these details.
He could have left the baseball bat out.
Boley told police that he said to the victim, "Don't talk S to me." And then he told police, "You see, now everyone's going to see this, and they're going to know never to F with me."
In prison.
He's right. You know, you lay the law down.
Yes, he is.
And no one's going to ever go in there and try to get extra nacho cheese ever again. Video surveillance, he didn't delete it, showed the suspect pushing the man out of the business.
Okay. Did it show the bat?
It did. They both began to struggle over the bat. And then Boley is seen punching the victim in the face and then hitting him with the bat.
Good. The punch wasn't enough.
So he had to get his bat back.
You see.
Naturally.
And maybe the White Sox will sign him. I don't know.
So I'm disappointed because this guy was actually just putting, in his mind, too much cheese on the nachos he bought.
He was talking smack, though, to the employee that was working there, and then he tried to stop him, and then he started talking smack to him, to his point. No one will come in here anymore.
Not disrespect on this street, baby.
No disrespect to me anymore, and no one's going to come in there for more nacho cheese again.
I think Bully's a lot like Bane. He's really misunderstood because do you know how crazy you have to be to go into a gas station, talk crap to the guy behind the counter, and then take too much nacho cheese? That person has to be out of their minds.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're missing something. I gotta be honest.
Hold up. There's more. A little more to the story. Here's the end of the story.
Yeah.
So after he punched him and got the bat back and hit him with the bat, when the victim got up to walk away, Boley hit him with the bat 3 more times.
That's not good.
Now how do you feel, Kenzie?
He had me in the first half, I'm not going to lie.
It's like a whack-a-mole game. That sucks.
Damn it.
I feel bad for the guy. The victim was standing in a nearby business about a minute later, and the suspect came out again and hit him with the bat again.
Oh my God.
Damn it, I thought I was on his side.
And with such force that the victim fell to the ground and has not get up again for several more minutes. He's in the hospital, obviously. But Boley himself, the man with the bat who defended his gas station, sprained his wrist in the attack.
So he's a victim. You left that out the whole time.
He was beating the man so hard he hurt himself.
Well, and now the other guy should get charged with attempted murder. This guy just sprained his wrist. He'll cover his life, his business.
Oh, boy. Boley's bail was set at just $10,000. According to court records, he's in jail waiting trial. But charged with attempted murder. 10 grand's pretty low. Because I believe you got to come up with 10% to get out the bail, so he has to come up with $1,000.
Oh, really? Then what's the point of the bail?
Well, they
Why
said
not just set it at the amount you mean?
I don't know. I don't know the history of bail, but I do know that I believe it's 10% you got to come up with.
You only need 10%. This amount means nothing.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
We are going to talk about Diddy in a second. I heard he offered $50 million to not go to jail.
And they said no. So can you imagine what they have on him?
Brian and Kenzie in the morning, and Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.